You all gather up. Are you doing this in front of the gate? Are you doing it just like where you set yourself up to start
No,
chanting the
I
circle?
only have 30 feet, so ideally I want to get pretty close to a side window.
Against the wall. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you guys will spend some time like kind of walking around, and you see like on the side corner is probably the closest you can get to the building. So you gotta like put yourself on the back corner of this, on the outside of the gate, but at the back corner. And the five of you get together. Does it take anything effort wise? Let me just get um spell attacks from everybody, just so I can get how much you putting into it. Who's the strongest? Who's the weakest?
I got an 8.
25.
Okay. The
Dirty
or
20.
the healing is a little wonky in there, but that's okay. It's just trying to protect the sensor. Power is flowing out of you. You're kind of all standing in a circle. It's coming into the center for you. Um, the life goes in there, and then you start to pump power into it. So you got a dirty 20, Scott. Um, and that's for the Arcana. The eye starts to form, but it will move to its location after the spell is activated. But it starts to get this wispy energy of it. Normally, I would assume it looks like an eye, but this is kind of like,
Well, it's invisible.
yeah, it gives like and you get the energy it's like more of like ear. Then you're hearing the ground, so you can feel through it. You feel that, Scott. You like as it even it's starting to form. You can feel like you can sense where everyone is in your party as this spell is starting to take effect. Ursine, what did you draw?
I rolled a 28.
You can feel so much. The tremor
Yes.
sense is pumping. Benny boy, what'd you roll?
29.
Woo!
Jeez.
Yeah. Scott, you can put all that magic absorbs into there. It is full of a tremor sense. It is arcane eye. It is wrapped in the shield of protection. It is fully charged with arcane charges, and it's got a hint of life to it. And you can put it where you would like to. I assume
Yeah,
you
so
said
I
through the
can
window.
cast it up to 30 feet, but it's concentration after an hour, and I can constantly move it. And it specifically says there's no limit for how far away from you the eye can move, but it can't go through walls. It has to fit through at least an inch in diameter of something. And I
Mhm.
imagine it's kind of like in the Harry Potter movies when Harry like senses what Voldemort sees and vice versa. It's got like that wonky drunk feel to it.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I'm gonna whatever window I'm beside, I'm just gonna like look up in the window if I can see through the glass, or if it's got no glass, whatever. Just inside, cast it, and then just move it to explore.
Yeah, you will it from the center of your circle to inside the house, and you can feel that shift of feeling the presence of five people or five people and a monkey and a summon, all the things around you, and it moves to that space, and there is a calmness. Arcane eye is normally something you're perceiving through your eyes, your eyes, but you're getting this through like it's like full body. You can like you're imagining this is how Ursine feels when he's tremor sensing. It's like, oh, I just feel everything around me. But you're not picking up anything in that vicinity, so you need to just keep
Okay.
moving it through. Just give me an investigation check.
Plus 10. Nope, fell off table. Plus 10. Ooh, 14. I'll use my
Okay.
last thing to make it a 19.
Okay, perfect. 19. You kind of uh this house is massive, 3 floors going up. You can sense with the tremor sense that there's also a lower component to like basement of some sort. You're kind of moving through this space. You see or you feel a heavy magical presence that is stationary. It's almost in it's a the space is big, wide open. You can kind of get there's not much in this room, but there's this magical thing that is in the center of it that is permeating a lot of magical energy. And you sense, but there's not. It's not giving. It's giving weight, but not life. It's a thing, but not a person. And then 19, you kind of like move around, you spot that thing, and then you kind of move around through the house, trying to see what else is there. It moves up the stairs, nothing there. It kind of moves back to the center, back to that first floor where it felt the statue or the creation or whatever it was, and then you kind of move downstairs into this basement area, and there you pick up a second potent second potent magical signature that is stationary, but it feels incomplete. It feels like a work in progress. Like it is leaking energy, and also energy is being put into it. It is not complete yet. You can feel some sort of powerful thing happening there, and then you feel a presence of a humanoid figure that is also down there. The first humanoid and only humanoid figure that you felt in the entire house. And I don't think you can get any information from that, but you know that there is a person there.
So
If you can get more information, let me know.
on
But
the
I'll say
ground
that.
floor, it is a statue that's radiating that energy.
Yeah,
What
there's a
is it?
powerful magical like object and or relic. You can't see it, so
I can't see it. Oh, it's like blocked. It's blocked.
Well, the point of this spell was that you didn't want to look at it because you were afraid that seeing it would trigger the thing.
Oh,
So
I
you're
see. I
sensing the
see.
magical energy from it.
All right, so I'll tell them that on the
Out of
ground
game,
floor
very
there's
smart.
something right in the middle. I can't see it, but it is radiating magic like crazy. I don't feel anybody else around except when I move a floor below. There's another thing like that that's like kind of strong, feels kind of weak, almost like they're training it or it's trying to get better or it's broken, but there's a humanoid down there with it. So one of them's
The
by itself.
statue could be working as a sort of focus,
It's true.
amplifying what is below.
That is true. That is true. I think the reasonable thing here is to bring the whole house down.
Did we notice
No,
many people inside?
I didn't notice anybody except on the ground floor. I was kind of just gauging
just
you
the
guys with
one.
that. Didn't really know.
Absolutely.
But
Hellfire.
but I
Well,
mean,
I
I
have a
sensed
little
one
bit of
person.
interest in this home.
Why are you looking to move?
Because it's a house on a hill?
No, I'm not looking to move. It's just the only time I've heard about minotaurs in the area, and that piqued my curiosity. So it might be hidden shit.
Oh, make me a history check, Sylvie. And Ben, you see that same figure step out of darkness again. Mushroom spore-like person. They step out of darkness. They look at Desiree. There's this like they go from like this neutral face to like this like mom look that like it's just in the eyes that anyone who has a mom is just like, ah, okay. And then that gaze cuts from Desiree directly to you. The red mushroom falls down as it turns into long, luscious red locks. The skin goes from this green to pale, and you see Fazan standing there. Fazan's shape changes out of Solapora into their own self. You see them pale skin, long red hair, and they snap their finger. They point at you, Tidbit. They point at Desiree, and then they do the come here finger. 15
I
on
knew
your
something was
history.
fishy.
15 on your history. You know that Minotaur are definitely like popular in Statue City. Like they are old money of Statue City. It's the best way to think about it. They're the ones who own the land and the raw minerals that it takes to build houses, to do all these
Been
things.
here a
Mostly
while.
because time is a big part of it, but mostly a big part of it is attributed to their physical strength. They're really good miners, and so of the three races that live here, three species that live here, it's Minotaur, Changeling, and Fairy, and so they're the ones. The Minotaurs are the ones who are in charge of getting the resources, and since they get them, they keep them, and then that is the thing that they offer out to people. Statue City is really weird.
Hoarding.
There is no buying and selling of things. It's almost always bartering, or it is a um like a weird honor merit metric of like, oh, I think that I'm good at this thing, but I think you are better at something in my opinion. So I will give you things because I look up to you, and people also end up giving you things. So you can always just ask for stuff versus like having to actually like um go and like get it. You can just like, oh man, I wish I had this. And people are like, oh, I have it. I don't need it. Oh yeah, I have it. And people just always give you the things. They're very communist, but they're very big into like building everything they have here. All the buildings are built. Everything is like that is the thing about this place, which is to some people super annoying. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
Palm Wall is like a ship everyone lives on. It's like we get it. Here it's like everyone wants to be individual, but also they're really into like working together to make everyone individual. But you do that.
Well,
So it's not weird.
after having my history flashback, I'm just gonna look at Sharp and be like, "Listen, I changed my mind. Let's bring the house down, babe."
Really? All right, I am freaking down for that. Is everybody else okay with that? I mean, it seems logical if you want to rescue a whole city. Aren't they your citizens after a while? Tidbit.
Tiddless Biddless?
How would we even do that? Come
Well,
on, guys.
there.
Start a fire.
Well, we can also do coven battle magic, and I think a lot of us have fire magic by chance.
I do not. I have none.
You have no fire. Yes, you do. Because I happened to do my where is it? Arcane firearm that still has the scorching ray on it, and I can give it to you. No, that's the wrong one. You can
Wouldn't that still be your magic, though?
Yeah, okay, that one is mine. But hold on.
That's a fair point, Ursine.
You could attack me,
Spell
and I
storing
could
item.
absorb elements.
There it is. I was like, I
And
knew it was something
back.
I couldn't think it was. Spell storing. You put the scorching rays
Yes, I
into
put
it.
the scorching rays in the spell storing item, and you can use the spell storing item, and you can use your elemental thing. But that means we have to hit you.
Yes. I could get out of the way really quick, though.
Let's not chance
I'll
that.
try your thing. I'll
Tidbit
try
just
your
go?
thing.
Why don't I just go banish it in before we tear down a whole
Because you can't look at it.
house?
Yeah, tidbit. No looking.
You have to look at something to banish it.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Do you think all these dancing people will rush and try to stop us, or
No, it's a burning house. They're dancing.
fair? It's like a bonfire.
That's kind of a good thought. I mean, we saw how they acted when we attacked one of them. What if we attacked, like, the mother of the mine hive? We might have a World War Z starring Brad Pitt situation.
Then we just have to explode it from the inside out.
But how do we do that without seeing?
We can make a magical bomb.
I will say
Okay.
Well,
before
you
we,
guys-
oh, let me see what it says. Go ahead.
One more dumb idea. If you guys all lick my skin, you'll be having a hallucinogenic trip where what you see won't be what you see. So maybe you'll be fine then.
Maybe
You're-
we'll be more susceptible.
You're right.
We
That
We should
was
be having
another
all
dumb
the
idea.
dancing people lick tidbit.
We're gonna take a quick bathroom break here, but something I would say before we take that bathroom break is some things to consider. You do know what Scott said is true. That there is that fear of if you attack the mother, what will happen with these people when you've seen what happens if you attack one of them. Good idea. Just keeping in mind the things that I told Andrew, and also layering in, you know that Rima, the gnome person, they said that these people, that the masses go to this house every night. They just don't. They spend the days outside and they spend the nights going to this place. So if you wanted to try to get into the house to do some recon, you know there will be an easy way to sneak in if you can go in with all the other dancing people. Much like you've seen Syndra do, you can blend in as long as you aren't fighting and asking questions. They will not do things. The problem you will have is trying to figure out how to see without seeing. I will say to that, you have one person in your party who has tremor sense. There's another one of you who has the ability to summon several familiars and can be seen through, and also you have coven magic can help with that. Some of you also have pets and things that are not technically conscious and living creatures that you control and or have not, a brain that can be controlled by other things, aka Wildfire Companion, aka your mini blight or your blight teens, as well as the chaos of layering in the fact that you can mash up spells to do weirdness. I think Tremor Sense is a good spell to start with if you can find a way to give it to everyone, or if it were me, there are two spells that have happened currently that have been useful. One is keeping you all telepathically connected, and the other is keeping you from seeing things. On that note that I feel is super obvious, we're gonna take a nice bathroom break here, friends, and we'll be back after the party. Peace. Thank you. We're back from the bathroom and we're plotting chaos for the next season for Scott, and he's stressed. But until then, we're back here,
Stressed.
friends. We're sitting outside of a house. We have some plans plotting. All right, I tried. We have some things brewing in our brains as the players are looking for thinking of ways to knock down a house or ways to see things you cannot see. And there have been many good options thrown around. And I'm going to distract us from that because before he's jumped back into this moment, we saw Solapora turn into Fazan, point at Tidbit, point at Desiree, point at Tidbit, and beckon him. Tidbit, do you answer the beckoning of a member of the Summer Tribunal, seated member of the Acapella, as they tell you to come here?
It just kind of me.
Glaring into you.
I just walk side. I do a little shuffle sideways over that way.
As you get to her, what is going on? You cannot go in there. Everyone who goes in there, bad things happen. Tidbit, you're supposed to be smart. She's like holding your cheeks. You're supposed to be smart.
I'm supposed to be wise, not in like smart or intelligent, because I cannot uphold that promise. But if anybody's gonna go in there, it should be the people that can do something about it.
And your plan to do something about it is?
I think it involved bubbles.
It's so much faith in you. And every day I said, why? Why him? And she was like, you just gotta trust me. You just gotta trust me. And I was like, are you sure? He's weird. He's a frog. You and this whole attachment to summer song thing is gonna get you. And they kind of stop right there. And there's a moment of somberness on their face. Okay. This is.
I think it's maybe best if you leave those thoughts to rest with Tamina for now.
I don't think she's resting with this shit show that's going on. It's so cute when you talk like you know. Well, Tidbit, I know you're not smart, and wise is a big question mark next to that one, but you graduated, so I'm going to trust you that you know what you're doing, and everyone else believes in you, so hopefully that's enough. But as I should mention, bad things are happening, not just here. I don't know if you've heard, but the Queen of the Fae is dead. So the person holding all this shit together is no longer here, and now weird things are happening. People are vanishing. Was she okay? Let's talk about that. She was for sure killed. She didn't die. A pink cloud shows up and just she's repeatedly struck by lightning. That sounds like an assassination attempt to me, but we don't have answers. So I just have to use facts. And the facts that I have is there's a fucking house on the hill where all my students are going, and that people are supposed to save the Fae, aside from you all, are fucking useless. So Demina's school is doing what we always thought it would do, which is make people feel good, but alas, when problems show up, she dies, and you're running around. So awesome. So we can cut the bullshit if you'd like to. I love that you're getting a backbone, but this is a bad time.
We
I'm
hear this
pretty
bit?
sure-
Is it just Tidbit that
Yeah,
hears
are
this
we
bit?
hearing this?
No, he walked. I mean, you can walk if you want to. He
Oh.
skeets out of the group, and they're having this like heated,
That's
whisper. This
skeets
like they're like just like two rich people in the
So-
corner, just like sorry.
Okay, so we
Ah.
didn't hear it.
So that's cute. I was wondering if maybe you were going to say anything useful instead of stating what we already know. Are you here to help the future, ruler of all of this? Or are you
we can
asking
talk
for
about
help?
that. Oh, you just think you get to be the ruler? Okay, yeah. How about
No, I
Hedgepod?
have to earn it, and then I hear there's a lot of paperwork. And I was going to have Des help me with all of the paperwork, because and then I think there was like a campaign or something somebody mentioned once.
Oh, Faye is gonna be so interesting. Speaking of Des, I would love to speak with her.
She's already
Um,
standing there. They just
oh.
haven't noticed. She walked up the second that she was beckoned over because she's lawful good, and she's just been like standing there
Perfect.
as she blends in all the time.
And she says that to you, and she would know that you're there. I didn't know you were. So she says, "I would love to speak to Des." And as she says that, she says it to Tidbit in a like, "We're done here," because she knows she knows it. She knows you're standing behind him. She has this weird energy of always like giving space to certain people, but she's like, "Yeah, I have nothing. You're right. I have nothing useful for you. I'm so sorry I wasted your time. I'll talk to Des now to handle paperwork."
All right. Well, thanks.
Thank you. What is going on, Desiree?
I mean, I don't want to lead you astray and give you an answer to a conclusion I have not yet came to, but something is wrong. I know that much to be certain.
The Queen of the Fae was fucking assassinated by a goddamn pink cloud. What the fuck is that? That doesn't
And-
happen.
Nobody is doing a proper mourning service either. I mean,
No one's
I'm
doing
still
anything
rather
proper.
hung up on that. I mean, it's like all of our rules and customs have suddenly gone out of the window, and if I don't have order in my life, I cannot function without that.
Well, that makes two of us. And these fuckers are anti-order, it seems, at this point. These guys are partying here. On-Wall is damn near on the brink of destruction. The fucking Spring Court is the Spring Court, so woo. They're not killing us. That's great. We've got Halei holding them in line for 2 more years before they get to go for a re-election again. And it's like, okay, great. What happens when those fuckers get out and there's no demeanor to be like, hey, let's all be nice, and they start spell slinging since she thought it'd be great to train everyone in magic. And then Alavin's dead, which is awesome, right? Awesome. Great. We only spent 700 years, it wasn't that long, 300 years building a school of fightem. And now it's like, great, we have all these nukes running around here and no one to throw them at. These people cannot control themselves. They need something to do. Look at them. And she's like, face swinging fuckers. Just look at them.
I mean, one thing about death is it does bring about change. Sometimes that can be in a negative way, but also positive things can come from that too. And once we get things sorted out here, I do have no doubt that whatever this bad or strange energy is in the air, that it can be qualmed. And I know it is laughable, but I think Tidbit could be a great candidate for a position like that. Of course, we have more timely matters on our hands right now, but I do think it is a inevitable thing, especially
Oh.
with God on his side and everything, and being quite close with Demina. It does seem like he would be a favorable option.
Yes, having the gods on our side has helped us so much, but you are right. He will be the king of the Fae. So there is that, or the queen of the Fae, as he calls it. And actually, I truly don't care because I know he won't start a war. He hanging out with you is giving him a backbone. He likes to throw punches now, and that's all new and grand. So maybe he will start a war. But the Tidbit that we know is the least likely to start a war, which is great because we don't need any more warmongers in seats of power. We already have the fungal mother, who never knows what to expect from that bitch, because she's always just plotting something. But Desiree, we've not formally had a chance to interact. The contingency was way out of protocol, and I apologize for that. I am a being of order, as I mentioned. However, that being said, sometimes you have to step outside of that to maintain order. That is why I was granted the permission to start the infiltration track. That is why I picked you. I need people who I can trust, not people who will just, yes, people who do what they're told, but people who have an inkling to know when what they're being told is wrong. And some people they don't think like that. And you ask lots of questions and people don't like that and people ignore you. And I love all those things because that means you watch people, you know how they tick. That means you could manipulate them, or it means you could stop them from being manipulated by external forces, like our good friend Tidbit, who happened to tell me that he'll be looking to you for help. Man, lucky that worked out. She kind of looks at you with that is like, the word luck is, she's throwing that out there. She's like, is giving orchestrate, but she's like, happy, someone could do it.
Well,
And you are.
I don't think I could ever use any of my inherent knowledge or actions to intentionally manipulate somebody, but if there's ever a use of any of my help or knowledge as Tidbit or you or anybody else, I would be happy to offer. I don't think I have the exact answer that you would be looking for yet.
And it's okay, I don't need one. But just to be clear, we may work in the shadows, but we do work for the light. I don't need you to manipulate anybody. I just need you to be aware there are some people who are blind to manipulation. And that's why I want you to be in Tibbet's ear to when other people are manipulating him or trying to get him to do things that are out of the character you believe to be Tidbit. I know you love to write your books, and so you have a very good idea of who he is as a person. And so when someone comes along and says, actually, I disagree, you make sure that they are not to be in his ear. Let
Got it.
Tidbit be a Tidbit.
I can absolutely do that. I think we have already established a true bond of friendship, or at least that's what I've labeled it, and Tidbit has come to tolerate it as. And so I think that our relationship and our knowledge in each other might continue to grow, and maybe even more so along the way that he will take even ideas and things I have to say more seriously, and not in a manipulative way, of course, as I'm saying, but gosh, this friendship thing is just kind of still new to me. Sticking in the shadows, that's making bonds with people is not my forte, but I am trying to put myself out of my comfort zone, like you said.
I see you doing pretty well. You've got a pretty strong group of people with you. You've got a pretty interesting group of people with you. I saw how you entered the city, and there were some choices made there, but you made a splash, and you're still here to talk about it. So that is a promise of power, if anything. But I need to talk to you because the Neo Asgarathes, I don't know if you've noticed, because I don't know if, okay, well, if you don't know, I know about that. I'm one of the only people who really know about that, and that's why I set you on it, because I'm the person who gives Solapora messages, who gives you assignments. It's me, hi. Um, they're all here. I don't know if you've been looking at the people who have been captured, but everyone on our list, and some others, but everyone who is on our list of Neo Asgarathes is currently face weighing, and I have it on reliable information that it all started with an orc named Blackwell. I actually think the man's a Goliath, and a Goliath named Blackwell.
And I do know he has quite something to do with this home and the statue here. So I think the best step in knowledge would be to destroy it, even though I'm not usually one for such a violent first option. But I don't see any good that having something like this around could cause with a question of whether or not it's affecting people like this.
I don't get what it's for. Why dancing? Why them? It just doesn't. If you're gonna get a bunch of highly trained people, you don't make them dance, and like that's weird. Like wasn't whoever's doing this, why aren't they using them? So I'm on an intelligence aspect. I'm confused about what is actually going on, intention wise. Obviously, there's something causing this, but like what
I
dancing?
think we are in the first stages of whatever this plan is. I think that this is a testing phase. Obviously, of course, this uh, nothing's set in stone. This is just my perception. I'm thinking that they might be doing some testing right now. I'm seeing the links and bounds that they could push people to. How many groups of people can be affected by whatever this is going on at once? I think that this all might be testing that we've caught on earlier to maybe stop something more severe from happening. I mean, this can't all be coincidence with Blackwell's connections to the Academy. They're showing up here. All of the people involved in the Neo Asgarathes are affected. I mean, all of these things must be connected.
I agree. I do think that they are linked. I just don't know how. I don't. Is Asgarath behind this? Is Asgarath is ah? You see, there is a just like a pain in her head. You know that when it comes to dealing with people like this, you know that the thing that is stressing her out is a lack of information, and you do know that there's a big thing that you know about what is happening that she does not seem to know. which is the premise of this campaign, seems to be lost on her. She's not aware that the ley lines are being any kind of wonky. She's attaching this to old, like she's giving you old information. The only new thing that she's told you or you've heard her say was that Demina was assassinated by a pink cloud and striking lightning. Everything else has been like stuff that you knew that she didn't know because the person who told you is an elf that pulled you into a portal and vanished. So it's like she's telling you things that you do know, which is weird because how did I guess like not how did she know that, but like she's doing a lot of work on her end to be at the same pace as you without having lived all these things. But you do know she is still just missing pieces as she's just like Asgraph's attacking, or is it like is this a whole play for the acapella? Is that what's going on? They're trying to destabilize the acapella? Like why Demina? I mean, obviously Demina, she's in charge. Ugh.
This might be a bold choice, but I don't think Desiree's going to tell her. I don't
fine,
think
yeah.
she's going to provide more information on that. Just because Erica is a player, I'm not 100% convinced that all of this interaction is genuine, but Desiree would kind of be 50-50 on that. So I think she's going to let her kind of lead with information and follow up in tidbits rather than like divulge big chunks of stuff.
And you're welcome to also roll an insight check if you want to make yourself feel a little better. You know, if you roll well, make you feel better.
I'm like horrible tonight. That was a 10.
Just like But a 17 passes. You're kind of sitting in that place of like you want to believe her, but you're also like, my problem is believing people too much. And also,
Right.
you're a spy talking to a spy. It's like, it's hard to believe.
Who's to say she's not a spy for the new Asgarathies?
It's like it's good that I can't trust you, but also I'm like, it's hard to trust my friends because I don't know. And you've only ever worked with one other person, which is Solopor. Like the way in which that the infiltration track works is like you don't know anybody else in that track except for your handler. And this person's like, oh yeah, I'm your handler's handler. So it is viable to be like, the fuck? But okay. She kind of looks at you. She says all that. She mentioned anything else? She's sitting there. She's stressed. She's having this moment of like, the facade that they hold over themselves of being confident kind of like slips away as they're like truly running in front of you, like kind of like racking their burn and like verbalizing these things, not really for you, but like they're using you as a sounding board to process this stuff. And then she comes to our holding point. Okay. Whew, one problem at a time. Sounds like you guys are gonna deal with whatever this is. If you don't, we'll move from there. Guess I'm gonna go try to make sure these acapella stays together so that way the fate doesn't crumble into nothingness, so our friend Tibbet can have something to rule over, because what's the Queen of the Fae if no one listens to you? Because that is how she got the job, let's not forget. And you know historically, the reason that the Fae is the way it is because Demina walked her ass around the entire Fae for 300 years, making deals and getting people to agree with her, which is why she's the Queen of the Fae and they all sit right under her, because she literally, it was involved in all of them becoming where they are right now. And now, you know, with her being knocked out, the next thing that happens in any book is, oh, someone's got to take that spot. And now there are 4 people who are all evenly matched who feel like they're all qualified for it. And then also the 5th person, your friend Tidbit, who's like, I also am qualified for it. So if you were watching that, you can feel that happening in your brain. But she's like, okay, well, I know how to find you if I need you. And if you need me for anything, I'm not sure I can help, but I'm always down to. She stops because she don't like lie. She's like,
Well, take
Yeah.
care of yourself. There are very weird things going on, and a lot of magic use is happening, good and bad, and we don't know what kind of ripple effects that could have. So please stay safe.
You too, especially if you're going in that house. I don't know what's going on there. People come out of that place changed. So be on your guard and be guarded. And she kind of flips her hair and her face changes, not into Solopora, not into herself, into some other person that you don't know. They look human-ish, semi-pointed ears, pale-ish skin. It's a cow star. And they kind of like look but like human-ish as they kind of like just turns and walks into the shadow. Actually, she just walks past you out into the streets. As she starts to move out to become a regular person. You leave the shadows, and your party is reconvened with their brain in plotting form. How we get into this house? We've heard some coven magic ideas. We've heard burning it down. I guess, are we burning it down? Are we going inside? Are we waiting it out? There have been a spectrum of ideas pitched.
Well, the people that weren't warning us, wanting us to burn it down, kind of dipped for a second to leave the chaotic ones
Yes, let's take
together.
advantage and burn this fucker to the ground.
Right?
I
Or at least
mean,
the outer
I don't-
shell of the building.
I don't see any harm that's going to do. This building and statue is only possibly bringing harm, so burn it down. I'll do it. I got the fire spells.
You know, if it doesn't work, then we have to dig through a burnt down house to find it.
Yeah, that's why we can try and channel the fire to only burn the outer part, and it's just visible to everything.
All right, well,
Ooh.
just in case these people down here dance and flip out, I'm going to go to the gate entrance and start drawing a glyph of warning. So if they do come rush up here, they get blown to smithereens, at least the first chunk of them, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And then while I'm down there, yeah. So you guys start the burning. I'm going to go set this up in case people start running. I'm going to waddle down to the gate entrance.
Glyph warning. Is that a? How long it take?
Did you?
Should I be mean about it?
Oh shit! Wait a minute. That takes an hour. I didn't realize it took so long. That was 10 minutes.
I mean, if you're not attacking the house now, you can absolutely be outside and draw on the ground. Time is not a thing that is stressing you out right now on a narrative side. You know that you are here, you have found the thing, you just got to figure out the best way to go about it. You know that later on tonight, people will be coming to this house for a party. So that glyph will go off one way or another. But you can,
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to wait.
you.
All right,
but
I'll start drawing it while we work out the fine details of what part of the house to attack first. But I'm gonna go ahead and start on that.
Yeah, and not a concentration spell, I'm assuming. So your arcane eye is still in the house for that hour, unless do you take it back after you have your little moment? Do you leave it in there to
I'll take it back. I'll take it back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll end that.
Gotcha. And it's at last moments, you know that person leaves the bottom room and starts to meander around the house doing something, but they start to move around.
Gotcha.
So we got Sharp, who is chalking it up on the ground using a mixture of acid and some alchemical things from his holes of wonders as he draws a glyph of warding on the ground. What are the rest of us doing? Let me start at the top. Ursine.
Yes, I don't know yet.
Just plotting some domestic terrorism. He's like thinking about it.
Yes.
I will give you my spell storing item just in case. So you do have like a wooden. It's like a wooden ladle, but it shoots out scorching ray.
Scorching ray.
Gotcha.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, I will not force you to think. Ursine is much like you, thinking. I will take that. It's a great time to be thinking. I'll go to someone who I did hear some suggestions from. Coven girl, Tanner. What is Sylvie thinking about? Because I'm sure it involves other people.
It does.
What?
I'm crazy. So Sylvie's definitely going to Desiree. I'm just like, Desiree, I feel like if we combine firepower here, if I channel the immolation to just be on the outer part of this building and you boost with your fire burst, it would encapsulate the whole building and just instead of like me usually burning a person.
Well, I definitely think that if we put our two heads together, anything is possible.
Yeah, and if anything, looks over at Ursine, you can like ground guard or something to where the fire doesn't escape this premise and we have to worry about fire going everywhere.
I'll do my best.
Ground guard. I see now. Sorry, my brain heard like something crazy.
In my mind, making a bowl for us to start our bonfire in.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm here for that. Okay, you trying to pitch them
Yeah.
on setting the fire? I will give you that. Make me a insight check, Tanner. My mouth is so dry.
24.
Um, burning the house down would be super easy. It is a shittily built house. I think the two things that stick out in your brain is you kind of look around the city you're in, and the things that are made of statue are like marble. It's a lot of stonework, a lot of like hard stone that is being carved out of things, a lot of like metalwork. I think there'd be some hesitancy to think that a fire spell, unless you did some like insane amount of like we're moving out of fire into like supernova level, doing just fire would absolutely burn the house down. And then that kind of thought of like having to dig it out would be a problem because
Uh,
burning metal or stone is just not going to burn like a house would, and especially not the same speed. The second thing you think of is this is the fourth primal influences that you've met. Of the three that you have, or that you're getting ready to experience, of the three you've met so far, you being one of them, Zeph being one, and Flora Stem being the first one, there is you're just so aware that they're not the same. You're all individuals, you're all different, and there is some. You're not mind controlled. You have full autonomy over what you're doing, and you have autonomy in this way of going against what what the power, what your mom wanted. You have turned against that. You're doing what you want. You know, Flora Stem was kidnapped and got powered up by her own way. You know, Zeph is powered up and it seems like she is drunk the Kool-Aid. She's like, I'm gonna smite everybody. You're all beneath me. I don't give a fuck. If you have checked the box that the person doing this is the primordial prince of fire, the question still sits in your brain of why are they dancing? If the other ones you met have just like shot to kill, there's not an attachment to the people of this place. This seems weird, and I'm not saying it's not a primordial prince. I'm just saying the intention matters to you. And I think you see that there is a level of chaos here that is
greater than.
Yeah, it's greater than, and also just so confusing because you're like you love a overarching destroy the Fae or take over the Fae. Making those dance is just so weird. Like and also you've talked to them. It's got them like in this like we're all friends, but they're not going anywhere. They come to this house. I think there is a part of you that is of wild magic. Like there is this unknowingness that can happen with magic. There's also this unintentionalness that comes with being a being of high power and magnitude. You yourself make people cold just by being around you. The plants and things grow as Ursine steps on them just from being there. There are some things about you that you have no control over, and you can't affect how things are interacting with you. And I feel like you feel that chaos in this place. Someone could be doing something, but it may not be it's not fully under their control. There's an element of just pure primordial chaos
being around.
Yeah, it's like something about this place it is given that. And you think about this coven magic, and you can absolutely do the bowl. I would say mechanically, you need minimum 2 fire spells to hit supernova, and then if you want to do a containment as well, that's fine, or something else that will be useful for targeting statues, whether moving it or doing something.
In my insights made me second guess wanting to blow it up and have to dig through rubble as a little fairy. So as I audibly go through that monologue out loud as to why maybe this isn't a good idea, Desiree. And then I go through all that and I'm like, what if, since we can't see it, we just send our little summonings in? And I pop my flock of familiars, and my 3 little imps appear behind me. And you have your fire one, right?
And I imagine too that he's probably just hanging out in the back. So it's when Sylvia's and you have the fire one, right? You just hear don 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 don, and it's he came out from side stage or some shit.
There he is.
He's always around. He keeps an eye on me.
Then I turn to Earth sign again. And your little blight baby, or well, teens, not babies anymore.
Well, if we're using fire, I think they should probably stay a couple
Oh
feet
no,
away.
we've moved past the explosion now, Earth
Oh,
sign. We're
oh,
just
like,
sending our underlings in because
oh
we can,
no,
or I can. No, it'll be okay. You can channel your stuff through them. I
no,
can
I'll go
channel
in
my
with them.
stuff through
I'll
the
just,
imps, and
no,
who
I'll
can
go in with
also
them.
latch onto your blights and turn them whatever.
But Jillian, I'll just go with them.
Oh, we're just gonna go in now?
Well, I'm not gonna send my blights in willy nilly. They're not
Okay,
just.
so we're gonna send our summonings, the blights, and Earth sign inside. I'm fine with this plan.
I mean, can't he just close his eyes in theory?
Yeah,
I
the
have a
tremors.
little bit of tremor sense.
No, then yeah, we're overthinking it per usual. When Sharp gets back and checks time that I don't have. Whenever he's done glyphing.
You see him over
We
there.
can mentally tap in.
Yeah, you can see him, and also you
No,
can communicate. And he's just over
no,
there.
come back. We might not need that glyph of wording. Oh well, how long was that?
don't-
You got like 2 minutes left? Is that what we're saying?
No, I've only been doing this for about 15 seconds. Y'all talk
Well, scratch
fast.
it, darling. Scratch it and come back. But we've changed our minds. I'm sorry we went through this whole tumultuous conversation that I'm now pulling you into.
That's all right. So what are we doing now?
Okay, we're sending our underlings an earth sign inside.
And
You
Ursa.
can, yeah. So my little imps can hold your little mechanisms.
Oh, okay. Gouda. Go. Gouda puppy.
Yeah, he has one. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. What are they
it
doing?
spits fire. Well, they're gonna see for us, and I just like make myself go blind and see through the imp.
All right.
3 imps, a fiery tree, a tiny gun, because that's the one that shoots ballistas, right? Or is it a flamethrower?
Gouda's the flamethrower.
Tiny flamethrower. So sorry, good. My apologies. The tiny flamethrower
okay.
and earth sign. And are your blight teams going in as a trio, like as one being, or 3 separate entities?
We'll do 3 separate. I feel like that's a little bit more covert.
Yeah, and
Mind you, my imps are also invisible.
yeah, I would. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna assume that. And then are we using? How are you getting inside? Is your plan to? You had seen through the window. You know is a front door. There are gates. How do you get inside? Also, you can walk through. That you have your weird stuff as well.
Yeah. So as long as it's stone, I can walk through it. But it's metal.
Oh yes, the gate is metal. You know that there's like the most of that the like half of the first floor and up is wood, and then half of the first floor and down is stone as it goes into the ground. So like maybe like at your waist it becomes ground. So you can like lay on the ground and like stone that way. But the gate itself is metal. But you can also like hop it. It's mostly for
Yeah, I was
For
gonna say
sure.
I have Misty Step too, so I can always Misty Step
Oh, yeah.
on the other side of any of this and
Mm.
unlock it. But I'm
Oh, yeah.
afraid I'm kind of afraid to like touch the front door. I don't know. I'm sketched
Yeah.
out.
The front door I can't speak of, but the gate that is on this place it's also one of those like it's like a low wooden piece, and then it's like metal archway. So it is all for show. You could either push the gate open or just step over the stone wall and go in. It's just for making it look fancy for whoever used to live here. But as you and your posse of familiars approach door, looking for stone. What are you doing?
I'm looking for stone. Absolutely. I'm also gonna cast Pass Without Trace on the little posse.
As you all see Ursine walking up real cool to the house, walks through the gates and kind of like waves his hands in some way that is magical, and darkness just wraps around all of them as he casts Pass Without Trace. You move to the bottom half of the stone wall. Oh my goodness. And you're using
Investor to stone.
and that will get you through it. What do you want for the Blight Teens?
This is past the gate, or
Yes.
this is the gate.
This is past gate. How do you want them to get into the house? Past gate.
I guess they'll find their own way.
Yeah, perfect. You tell them, you say, "Meet me inside." Great. Give me
Michael.
yes.
Can we say before Ursine went in Tidbit cast Death Ward on him?
Yes, that seems
Okay.
like a thing that'd be super useful.
Yes.
Death ward. You're death warded, so you can't die. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Give me a survival check to see the coofness of your blight teens. Um, Posse, I know imps can fly. We got the flamethrower in a hand of one of the imps. I'm assuming we'll say it's also invisible, and then we have the fire tree. Urson did not go to the front door. He turned into darkness, and then he melded through the ground. You all can see through people can see through their familiars, aka Tanner, knows that your things are still wrapped in darkness. They're all each under the Pass Without Trace spell. Everything is under their own, their own little darkness bubble. But you will have to find your own way in. You do know there's a window. That's the one you used for the arcane eye to kind of like slip through. Or you can make a scene if you'd like to. Options. I'm gonna start with that 13 or that survival check though.
That was a 30.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like ninja. You go down, they go up. They like become this weird like Viney becomes like a vine, like a what is it called? It's not a vine bridge. Oh my god, they go up the sides of houses, like makes them look cool, but it's like the vines on a white fence. That kind of energy. Like put yourself up against it, becomes vines, and they start to crawl up her as he makes up a level, like her bottom retracts and it goes up to the top. So she's like stretching herself out, Mr. Fantastic style. As they're like crawling up her, they make it up into the house or up onto the top of the roof, down through the chimney, and they find themselves inside, and they will find you covered in darkness, rolling a 30 on survival to seek you out. As they get up there, they sink back into one form and start to move to you, silently, stealthily, survivally.
I'm in.
And then Fire Tree. What's our Fire Tree doing?
He has fiery teleportation, which he will cast, where he and any willing creature, so I could get anybody else that does not have an ability to get in there easy, can teleport within 5 feet up to 15 feet. So,
Kinky.
of an area they can see.
Do you want to pass off the flamethrower?
So, yeah, I was about to say the flamethrower would be great. I'll pass that off to
Flamethrower to the flaming tree. Hot teleport. They teleport inside. Still wreathed in darkness, so it's just hot darkness inside, hot and dank inside as you teleport into that first floor window or that ground floor window. And then the imps, 3 of them.
Yeah, so the imps are just going to shape change into spiders and crawl under the door.
Not even ask. Okay, great. So your invisible imps turn into invisible spiders, and they kind of just crawl under there. And actually they don't. I guess they wouldn't stay invisible because the invisible is the imp thing. So they are
Yeah,
invisible.
now they're just spiders.
You don't see the imps for a while. They are still wreathed in magical darkness, and then the darkness just reduces as they into spiders, and you see 3 blurs move under the door.
Once we're like through the threshold of the door,
Mhm.
they'll just change back to little imps and go invisible again.
They pop out and they disappear inside the house. These imps are moving. You can see them, so you can tell me what they're doing. So I will come back to you since that is conscious control. My fire friends, you make it inside the house. Can you control? How does your action economy work with your fire friend? You can't see through its eyes or communicate with it.
It's bound to my soul. That's the only thing.
Kinky.
So I can't really control it, but we're soul tied.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you give it a objective when
I imagine it would follow my intention, and the intention that she would set for it is to like investigate first, and then second to listen to Ursine. So if Ursine senses a threat, my wildfire spirit knows to follow whatever Ursine says.
Gotcha. Kinky. And Sharp. She's holding you. She's holding your flame torch. Which I'm assuming it just attacks. So should I wait for you to fight?
It just has to live up to my command, so I guess
Okay.
I would have had to give the command before it went in. So
Yeah, if you would have gave it away, yeah, you can
I get a clarification from Sylvie of what they're doing when they're in there? What's the purpose of this? Because otherwise, I'm going to tell it just light the damn thing on fire.
To explode when cued.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action when I cast it to say, "Follow along your friends." I'm saying this in a terrible Italian accent. Follow along your friends, and when they start blowing and turning things to fire, do what you do. Boop.
It kind of just
So it's waiting
bounces.
for
Little
the cue.
Mario.
Yeah.
Uh,
Gouda!
and so it is in the hand of the fire familiar who has it is investigating, and then that thing will go off if bad things start to happen. We jump to Earth sign. Earth sign inside the house. Are you going? Are you melding into and through to the ground floor? Or are you going down? Which that's
Um,
both stone.
well, we knew that the person was starting to come upstairs, so I think I would try to go downstairs because there was also like a thing underneath. So I think I would try to check that out.
Yes. Um, you go into the basement, and we will start there. You see, it is a oh god, it's a chaotic space. There's a bunch of stuff down here, but it's like it feels random in a like an artistic sense. Like, oh, there's paints and all these like utensils for like crafting things and metalworking, but also paint brushes. There's stone carving tools. There's like pieces of material and all kinds of stuff that's sprawled around this space. And you see in not the middle, but like off into like a corner, like near a work. It's like a workstation where someone's actually working on something. There is something in the corner that has a tarp over it. Not a tarp. It's for sure a blanket. They don't have tarps. It's a blanket.
I'll tear the blanket off
You look at it and
with tremor
you
stones.
yes, you feel oh you can sense it. So you know it, you know it's there, and you know it's a heavy magical signature. Um Yeah, if you don't look at it, I can't tell you what it looks like. But you definitely sense that there is it's a magical thing there that it is being worked on. It is a Sharp kind of mentioned either it was building up. He was kind of throwing out some ideas. You think this is something that is being created actively and it's just not done yet. It is like in a raw form, which is why it gave off that like weird weak signature. It is a work in progress
I
actively.
see. Can I pick it up?
It is
I
it is bigger than you.
see. I
It's
see.
like it is yeah. You're looking. I mean, you're not really looking down. I would imagine if you open your eyes and look down at it, you can see that like it has this figure has like shoes
Mhm.
on. You're assuming this is like some sort of like statue of a humanoid in some way. I
That's what
got
this. That's what this is here. Like that's the thing that is being worked on.
yeah. It's like it's a statue of someone or something.
Okay. Okay. There's a hey team. There's like a statue or something under in the basement area. Blow it up? No, blow it up. It seems to be still being worked on.
Blow it up.
Yeah, blow it up. And I have
Well,
my
do
imps kind of
Agreed.
like stationed around to see if I can get eyes on like the homeowner, whoever the person is that's in there.
Perception check. And if you have any weird things that imp can do to help with that, sense wise, then let me know. Because sometimes they do. I don't know.
I mean, they have dark vision up to 120 feet.
You can see in there. It's fine.
Right. Oh, I did get a nat 20 on my perception, which would be a
Kinky.
plus 2. It's for a 22.
Oh, you both realize this in different ways. Your blights kind of start to fly around. They are looking for the owner so they can get eyes on them. It's kind of they're floating around the space. Each of them take a different floor. And the one on the middle, the second floor, finds them. Um, that is not the one you currently have your eyes in, but it is like tingling to you that it has found it and just prompting you to change your vision
Yeah, I'm
over.
gonna tap into it.
Before that happens, our friend Ursine, you feel that flamey fear coming directly above you, approximately on the second floor. You know, and because it's you, you know where this person is in relation to you inside this house. You, Tanner, jump into your familiar and see This guy. Which I have to click so many buttons first.
I hope
This
he's not
guy. Oh,
scary.
he's so big. Oh my god. Wait, let me make this smaller.
Really scary.
Boom. The best way to explain him is he looks like he is giving him he him pronouns is a bold choice because there's no face, you see a suit of black armor that has fire in its face, fire for hands, fire for anywhere that skin would be is just flames wreathing out of this thing, and it's just in a suit of armor and just walking around the house.
That's
It's,
hot.
you see, actually, it is walking around. It's like putting things out. It's getting ready for something. It's
Bedtime?
cleaning up. No, it definitely it's looking like it's not putting things up. It's putting things out. So it's like it
Oh.
looks like he's expecting company more than
Oh yeah,
going
because
to
they come
sleep.
party here at night.
Yeah, you see things starting to be put out. You see on the second floor, you see there's like a snack buffet, like just a whole wall of foods. There's like a drink corner where there's like beverages of varying colors, some bubble, some don't, just like whole kind of things. Some are like heated and like cooking, some are bubbling and not being heated. You see that there's another table that's listed party favors Winky Face, and it's like a fishbowl and it has a bunch of random things in it. It's
Drugs.
drugs. Yeah. And just like you see a bunch of party favors, which is weird. I don't think that's what you expect to see. And this again, the outside of this house is no one lives here. You step inside, and I will give you some context on that. It is not well kept in here. It looks like a rundown house that someone is squatting in. But a thing that is notable is that there are tables of food and drinks and drugs, all fresh. It looks like they were like maybe made here or of some way, but like they are new. And you see all these things. There's like banners hanging up. He's like near a like banner. He's near a banner, but then there's like a actual banner hanging on it. This like has like words.
Yeah,
And it's
this
like
being
just
the
different.
Fae, I'm just gonna assume the drugs allow all the party goers to make it look like it's a grand old party.
Uh, Perfect. And then Nat 20. Oh yeah, you found him. That was what you're looking for. Great. Uh
I
Ursign
do
with
relay
the
the snack information, the tidbit, though.
oh yes, and you are all mentally connected, so this information is being passed along to everyone. Go
I'm
recon
going
team.
inside.
No, not yet,
Alright.
tidbit.
Somebody hold me back.
It's a fairy holding a toad.
I got him. Ursign, what do you do with the you stand not looking at this statue work in progress?
Well, I know that I've had influence under Earth before, like shaping
Mhm.
it to an extent. So I think I'll try to use that to. I don't want to waste the scorching ray on stone. So I think I'll just try to influence the stone to crumble.
Yeah, you I roll actually. Mm, 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 mm. If I were my dice roll, there it is. That's crazy. You feel it. You kind of like grab it in your mind's eye as you're tremor sensing it. You can feel the earth around it. It is made of earth, and you will it to crumble, and it does. It starts to just chunks of it start to fall apart. It falls to the ground and starts to smoke. Like smoke starts to come out of it. Those pieces of stone start to rock around a little bit, and then they start to shake and they smash into each other, and they stop being earth and they turn into this like liquid, almost looks like liquid metal-esque as it starts to coalesce itself. And the first thing you notice is the only thing you've seen of this thing. Feet start to form as this statue starts to reconstitute itself into this you break it, it starts to smoke, turns into hot liquid metal, and it starts to rebuild itself from the ground up. Um, Sylvie, you note that the living suit of armor and fire cocks his head and starts moving. down the stairs.
I think I made it worse.
Yeah, I think he's after you now.
Splendid.
And not rushing. I will say, like, it does seem to be aware, but is like just meandering
Not
downstairs. Yeah, it's like, oh, someone's here. Ursine.
I think I will meld into stone. And because I still have tremor, I can't see, but I have tremor sense for like 60 feet. So I think I'll meld into stone and just sort of observe how it interacts with this thing when it comes downstairs.
Okay. Does anyone else do anything? Nope, love that. Okay. Sylvie, you see it. Your imp is kind of just floating behind it, slowly flapping. Just I'm watching. He meanders down the stairs. You can see. Can you see out of the stone? Or it's not you just.
Because I have tremor sense, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I
Yes.
can't like visually.
Perfect. You pick up his presence as he hits the landing for the top stairs or the stairs above the basement as he's coming down from the ground floor. You pick up his movement. Just casual strides. There's not a sense of you hunt things. So you're used to watching them. Now you can feel it's a new word I've learned. You can feel its gait, like you can feel how it's moving in its stance and its prowl. And he just seems super casual, super flowy. Is the best way to put it. And he walks. It walks up to the statue, and can you hear?
No.
Sylvie, can you hear?
Yeah, through my imp.
He says, "Oh, well, who was actually?" Well, who was down here messing with you? You hear this ashen rust, like this rust, this
Crusty.
dry, yeah, this dry voice escape this thing as he speaks to his statue. Oh, you're not ready yet. I don't want anyone to see this. You have to wait. Oh, my precious project. They'll love you. Stops. He turns. I can feel you in my house.
Oh no.
Your side.
You feel Laura, I know you're sent. Show yourself. Why are you here? You know the name Flora belongs not to you, but to the person who held this power before you. And he's speaking to her. Which tells you that he can sense your power, but he doesn't know who you are. He just can sense this. Much like you can sense him, he has some way of sensing you back. Hiding from me? I brought snacks. They're upstairs. Flora.
Joke's on him. I can't hear him.
I'm just gonna
Can?
tighten my grip on Tidbit.
You heard what he fucking said. He said snacks.
Stay here. Is that what you think?
Sylvie, you
He
see
seems
that
cool.
He's not.
he calls out and he gets a little annoyed that Flora is not much like it doesn't seem like he's mad. It's giving like annoyed sibling, like oh you're playing hide
Glee
and seek right
again
now,
bit.
like right.
Yeah.
And he snaps his fingers. You watch the floor light up. It goes up the walls, and then like all four. There's more than four walls. All the walls and the floor, the roof in this space, light on fire and start to radiate heat, which Ursine can feel, but is not affected by. But he just lights this room on fire. Well, you can stay or you can go. You know where the snacks are. Stop being weird. And he walks up the stairs. You see him walking up and he starts to go to the statue in the main room. Do you keep looking? Where's your gaze when he moves that way, Sylvie?
Oh, I mean, so the imp I'm like looking through, definitely like following with him. I'm gonna keep one of the imps like stationed close to Ursine, so I can like tap into that if I need, and then I'm keeping one on the upper level
Mm-hmm. The one that's near
where all the
Ursine,
like, stuff is.
you know, like it's warm in this house. Like it's just like kind of warm. It is now hot in this basement. It's giving lightning to turning into an oven. Your imp just has to be a couple feet up the stairs, but because the fire is
Yeah.
also controlled in that space. It is just like a wall of fire, one side hot, one side not hot, and so the fire's all inside the box. So it just kind of moves back and is watching the fire in that space. But the one that is on our metal friend, you said your eyesight is where? Does it go to? He's going to the statue. Where do your eyes go?
Oh, I mean, mine are like still on him. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I'm asking if you see the statue
Oh, I mean,
that he's walking up to. Do you avert your eyes? Is the question.
the one that's in the basement?
The one that's in
Look at it.
the ground floor. The one that's in the basement is currently wreathed in flames, and
Oh,
that one's behind the wall. The one
yeah.
he is on the
I'm
second.
not
He's
putting
on
my
the
eyes
ground floor.
directly on the one that's in that floor. I would on the one in the basement,
Yeah, that one was covered
but
up. He was
it's not
talking to it.
complete.
You saw
Yeah.
him talking to it. It was had the blanket on it. He was just like being real, like my baby. Like it was like talk like it was a real person, but obviously it's just like a thing that is being made. But he like was talking to it. He makes it upstairs to this one, and he's like cocks his head, doesn't say anything to it. But he just kind of like you see him like dusting it off. It looks like not a weapon. He treats it like it is a
Work of art.
yes, like a work of art or like a relic, something that like he's like oh, I wanted to make sure it looks nice. Also, you know that he's prepping for a party, but he's like cleaning off this like just gonna clean it up, and he stares at it, and he starts to break off, and he starts to go back to the space. Ursine, it's so hot down there. How are you doing, my friend?
I think I'm gonna go back to Investor of Stone and try to climb up out of the ground. That's
Moving
what-
up to the floor above you.
Yeah.
Nicole?
Friends, I don't. I'm starting to rethink burning the place down when there's a primordial influencer of fire here.
Yeah. But he thinks you're Flora.
It's true, but I most certainly don't look like them.
I could. And we might
Oh,
get some info out of him.
by all means, I'll stand near you.
Yeah, you just
So is your plan, Sylvie, to are you trying to implement this in real time? Like, oh, I can go inside and be Flora, or is that like a note to self for a thing you could
No,
do?
I feel like it's an implementation of I'm about to alter self to look like Flora and keep Ursine near me in the ground.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll
Don't you
knock on the
also-
door like a normal human.
Don't you also have your own snowy thing going on that he'll be
Ah.
able to tell?
Well, I'm hoping that my alter self will transmutate that into a little Flora-esque vibe.
We'll see.
I'm gonna go ahead
we'll
and cast Death Ward just in case.
see.
And you said you knock on the door.
Yeah.
You get death warded by Tidbit, and as Ursine is rising
Bring
up
back a
in-
snack.
rising
Okay.
up through the ground of the basement to be on that half floor of the first floor. We'll say near the door for you as you kind of walk, and you also telepathic. He can aim himself
Yeah.
where he needs to go. You walk over. Dun, dun, dun. Also, you said you turned into Flora. That you have altered shape into Flora stem.
Yeah.
Who you've seen before. Okay, great. You've seen her in a couple of states because she was rapidly decaying as she was dying. How green
I'm
are
going
you?
with the elegant, I'm good state. Like, not skipping a beat, honey.
Perfect. You knock on the door. There's a moment of silence. You can still see through your familiar that he like
Mhm.
is startled by the knock on the door, and then he like does move to it very quickly. He's like, like, oh, someone's here. Trick or treaters. Kind of moves to the door, and he opens it. He sees you. He looks at you. You see 6.5, like 6 feet tall, almost 6.5, 6 feet tall. He's got like, again, he's saying this his all black metal head to toe. He's got this helmet on that has a like almost like a dolphin peak coming out the back of it. Face is roiling flames, hand like palm of hands, the ankles, anywhere that would be cracks in his armor, just flames are rolling out of them, but they aren't as much as they roil out there, it's very controlled. They're not like lashing out at people, but they are. It's like he's like, oh, I'm hairy and I can't help it, but it's on fire. And he looks at you.
You haven't changed. You told me to reveal myself, right? Hi.
You're weird, Sylvie.
You know
You
that.
can make me a insight check.
What if my passive is higher?
I'll take that.
17.
I like chaos. You alter yourself out of this snowy ice prince that you are, and you walk up to the door. You knock on it, and as he looks at you and you state yourself to be Flora, you are hit with this thought. The way you got here was that Ursine could track the fire guy, but you were reversing it because the fire is strong against Earth, and he was so it's supposed to keep him away from it, and he ran towards it. What do you think is strong against fire?
Me.
Spit.
He looks at you, and there's like, if he could look scared and had a face, like it'd be like shock, wide eyes. But it's not. It's just like the flames that royal just coalesce in his face. Uh, what are you doing here? Not
Oh,
Flora.
not
I can
Flora.
I can feel
Damn.
the
Damn.
cold soul inside of you. It's
Fine.
horrifying.
And I'll just like go back to Sylvie, my little fairy form. Fine, fine, not Flora.
But still confused. Who are you? Because also you're not one of my. Again, he can't roll his eyes. You see his flames as he rolls that family. I don't see this
Yeah.
metaphorically. He rolls his eyes. I
Technically, I'm
go.
family. You feel it. Are you going to deny your own thoughts and feelings now?
Well, it makes me question if that's Flora. So I'm
It
not
should.
denying them. I am analyzing them. You are not Christ. I've met them. You do look similar. So you really haven't changed much, I guess. You were right.
See? Exactly.
Oh, he sounds like this, but that hurts my throat.
Yeah, I got you. I understood.
Don't forget, he's ashy. That's a lot when it's cold outside. He looks at you. Are you here for the party?
I was unaware of the party that was happening. No, I was here because apparently this house is the reason everyone's dancing in the streets annoyingly.
Oh, well,
Yes.
it's
That's why
not.
you talk to your statues and have them come look at your marvelous art and
Oh,
succumb to your forces, you know? That whole thing.
yeah. That's not what's happening here. Uh,
Care to explain?
I quit
You quit what?
the family. This running from you. He like gestures where he knows Flora is in the wall. He's like, this, it's, we're trained for war all our lives. We're gonna fight, 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 fight. Oh my God, reclaim the lands for mom. Oh, what would Flair want? What would Flair want? And then I got here. Where was Flair? Where was the war? I didn't have to do anything, so I didn't. Well, I did. I just did something different. I made stuff. I made that. And he points, and
Not looking.
something about him saying that, just like it compels you to want to look at it, and you do in its super passive way, and you're just like, and you have no problem looking at this thing. You kind of feel this for your character player brain. You feel this coldness inside of you that just keeps you you.
Resistant.
You're kind of you're immune to the this effect that is coming from this thing. That and you see behind you, it is 7 feet tall, maybe. It stands on two toes, taloned, a third leg, not the third toe, I guess, coming from the back, almost like a shut up, not third leg, coming from the back. It's got like the very like chicken feet kind of energy. It's
Yeah.
got reversed knees, a hunched back. It has the color green moves through it as if it's like dancing across this form. You see a staff held in its hand, carved out of it is made out of the staff itself is made out of wood, but it's inserted into this like stone statue. There's like it wants to like, oh, it's pop out art. So it's this wooden staff that is like inside the hand of this figure that is like got this weirdness, hunchback, long neck, and you've never really seen one of these before, but you see in front of you a lizard folk that has another lizard thing kind of growing off of its back right behind it, and it holds itself in this position and it has its staff. Anytime they see anything I make, they're just, I don't know, struck with inspiration and they just can't stop looking at it. I make them leave because I don't like people being here, so they can't stay here all day. But when they do come, I try to make them comfortable, but they won't stop. I hadn't really considered that my art would have extra ramifications. I just didn't want to do the war thing, so I made something else. Apparently, my
fair.
power went into that, and now when people see it, they want to. Well, I don't know what they want to do because I don't really get the people here. But also, maybe they're like me. Maybe they just don't want to fight anymore. They seem like they've all been trained for war, and so now they're trying to chill. Make
Hard
me
to say.
a history check with advantage, because you know a girl who reads lots of books.
Oh, that I do. First one's a 12. Second was a 16.
You look at this thing and you're like, what is like your brain is like, huh? You look at this
Yeah, I'm not the
thing,
brightest.
yeah, and it has this wooden staff in it, and it's got this energy about it, and it gives like druidic. It gives like the wooden staff and like it's like weird form. It's like got a loincloth on, it's like a lizard with a lizard, and you're like, what's happening? And then you kind of stare at that staff more, and you remember seeing something in one of Desiree's books. Under the
Yeah.
name God Eater Drix. And you see that it is the statue of God Eater Drix that is affecting these people in some weird way that he can't explain. You know, God Eater Drix was a person of high ego. They thought they could destroy and change the world. They were backed by a god. They had all this energy, and all they did with it was get slapped up and die. But you see that is happening, and there's a part of your brain that is like, if this is it's gonna be a leap for you, but I trust in your brain and your character with all these ungodly insights that you roll. Fanfic tells you that Gaudier Drix was an egomaniac who went around and wanted to like save the world because he thought it was his like divine duty.
Calling.
You
Yeah.
think about the fact that the people who are being hit by this spell are all Sky Defense Academy students who feel similarly to that. The problem is the Sky Defense Academy students were trained for one specific purpose: stopping Olivine. The thing that happened right before all this craziness that we learned at graduation was Olivine died. They were coming back here to party, and they were going to this place because you've heard all the raging flames, you've been in everyone's head, all this stuff. They came back here to do this thing, and if they had have seen this statue while Olivine was alive, there's no part in your mind that thinks that these people would not have rushed that portal and been trying to find and slay him as hard as they are like in this trance of dancing. But because there's no one to fight, they're just like, well, I guess we'll just.
They're lost in the sauce.
Yeah, they have to. That energy has to go somewhere. Much like his sculpture, that energy has to go somewhere. People seeing this thing just gives them that heightened sense of ego because it's building up on something that is already there. So because the alumni see it, it kicks them in the face and they're like, I can change the world. And they go complete like
Mad with that.
But even as you talk to this guy, there's something about his charisma, something that you recognize, that the way you looked at that statue, it was almost like you could not, the way he said it, though so passive, was like there was no room for argument. He said it, you looked at it, that was it. And you're a powerful bitch. So with that, the revelation of Gaudiya Drix's statue that is inside Magnus Flame's home, the primordial prince of fire, who is anti-war, as you've learned, and just wants to get these hoes off his back, but they're obsessed with him and he hates it just because he's so fucking talented. That's not his fault that he's born different. We'll figure out how the players decide to deal with him next week as we wrap this episode up. And I will say happy Halloween to all of those Halloweeners who celebrate, because that's like 2 days away from now. So eat candy, get drunk, and do drugs, because that's the theme of the episode. Yeah.
But safely. Do it safely, damn it.
Do it safely. Don't do it dangerously, because you can't do more.
Think
you.
Ahead.
Think ahead. Okay. What does pop up?